So,
Okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Welcome our participants and also Mr. Faizal for this mini Zoom webinar jointly organized by Tertiary Career Conference and Islamic Finance at Singapore. We are very honored to have you as our guest today. I remember when I was an intern at Capital Boost and you and Mr. Malik Mata passionately shared about growing the MyOutlets Global Halal Hub in your Prime's business hub store in around Woodlands area. We went back to our office and then on that day mentioning how much of a serial entrepreneur you both were. Fast track 2020, you are currently with Hao Mart, which has nearly 50 outlets across Singapore and 14 Halal Hao Marts. I found it interesting that you were termed the halalpreneur with your quote, bringing food to the ummah. This passion is inspiring and you yourself are a convert. Can you share with us what made you passionate about this halal industry? Okay,
I
to you.
think, being a convert myself, seeking for, because I'm a Chinese, I still love to have my Chinese food. But it's not easy to get halal Chinese food in those days. So that is one of my vision, to put myself into many other races' shoes so that they can enjoy and to buy the halal food at very convenient. So that vision has been with me, that I make it materialize.
Yes.
But during the four years of business, I brought in almost products from 41 countries.
Oh.
So now more and more different halal products can be found in the supermarket.
Same. Wow. So basically, it was a problem that you faced, and after that, you turned it into a solution, and then it
Yes.
became a sort of a business plan that you materialized.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Wow. It's like a normal entrepreneur, the normal entrepreneur journey route. Okay. So we move on to the next question. The halal market has enormous potential. Do you think Muslims should take this opportunity more? Because Hao Mart was not set up to be Muslim focused, yet they saw the opportunity here. Okay.
A matter of fact, a lot of non-Muslim saw these opportunities and continue seeing it. Close to almost 80% of our halal supplies globally is supplied by non-Muslim because they see the huge potential in the consumptions from the consumer, and people take it very seriously, especially the minority Muslim country, seeking for the halal products with the correct halal accreditation logo. So this will continue to grow, and more food industries have seen this opportunity, and they will continue to charge on it. Yeah, you can continue. You will be able to see that the range of products, especially in the halal supplies, will continue to rise.
I see. So, but from your experience, right? Which country has the biggest interest in this sort of halal industry, even though they are a non-Muslim country?
Yeah, so countries such as like Japan. When I was in Japan about 6 years ago, the government has already been very serious to develop these halal products. What was shared to me was that the population in Japan is continuing declining. Japanese are not going to give birth.
Yes.
So the population will be cut by 50%.
Oh.
Yeah, in another 100 to 200 years. So this has been a big concern, and Japan being a very systemized country, beautiful environment, they are inviting more and more Muslim to their country.
Ooh.
So to build the economy, growing the halal industry is also one of the major concern, a major opportunity for industry. But again, introducing halal Japanese food to the market is challenging, and because of the unknown brand, and because of the different country taste and culture, not everybody will take Japanese food every day. So halal manufacturers, which they are non-Muslim, although getting the halal logos, but they cannot get the market. So they will take years to find the market. And you know that halal certification need to be renewed either every annually or at least 2 years once. So if those companies cannot get the customers, some will prefer to drop it. Yeah. So to build the line to produce halal products, the Japanese will need to invest quite a huge sum of money just to do the production line, specialized for halal. Yeah. So it's not easy. Not say that anybody just come into the industry, they already straight away have a marketplace.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Wow. Okay, let's move on to the next question. SMCCI and elite partners are creating a halal hub that would cost more than 180 million, leveraging on Singapore's strengths in legal, IT support, and logistical infrastructure. So I think it will be the next most advanced of its kind in the Southeast Asia. Yet the halal field in itself is very competitive. Malaysia and Indonesia also wants a piece of the pie. So what are your thoughts on this?
Growing the halal hub is always a very, very good idea. But at the end of the day, land in Singapore is scarce. So to get a piece of land is not easy. There's a lot of compliance needed to be done. End of the day is who is going to use the hub. Are you able to attract good tenants that to produce halal products? But what I feel that instead of working towards a halal food manufacturing, because we have food manufacturing plants either in Senoko, in Bedok, right? They are some of it underutilized. What I see the huge opportunity in Singapore is that the halal hub should be more into a wholesale center, instead of food manufacturing. Why I say that? Because Singapore is a strategic location that most of the countries, even like in Malaysia, Indonesia, all right, they would like to use Singapore as one of the base, a gateway to the world. And because that Singapore is such an easy accessibility for travelers, all right, so instead of traveling to their provinces in their countries, they just need to come by to Singapore, and Singapore provide a wholesale hub for them. This is what I see is more essentials and more practical.
So more of a wholesale center, so that then from there they'll be distributing the goods to the different countries also.
Correct. Yes.
Like you mentioned.
So that's we are talking about a gateway of being Singapore as one of the centermen. But again, what I see the next opportunity is more and more halal establishment, restaurants, catering are coming out in Singapore. So especially now with the COVID-19, right? As you can see that the recent incident for home base, they were badly affected, right? Remember this case?
Yes.
Yeah. So nevertheless, there will be a lot of non-Muslim saw this opportunity and go into the HoReCa, which is we are talking about hotel, caterers, and restaurants, halal certified, but they will need a place to source for their raw materials, their ingredients, so that this place, what I see, the wholesale center will create a huge opportunity for all these, especially the non-Muslim, convenient place for them to shop for their raw materials.
I see. So,
Mr. Ronnie, I have a question. Sorry, Ridwan, can I just interject for a bit?
Sure.
Sorry for the earlier technical experience. Yeah. So I got a question. I mean, being from someone who is quite alien from the FMCG as well as the halal industry altogether, what are the things that our youth could actually research on? Like, for instance, what is the demand like from from the region. Let's talk about the region because I think as of immediate, our region has quite a big fair share of market that requires halal. But in terms of the consultancy or the like the bodies that gives the halal certification, would they require a wholesale center in Singapore to redistribute that, or would they be able to or have the capacity to channel on their own towards this country? For example, Brunei. Let's say I'm a producer in Indonesia. I want to actually supply to Brunei or maybe Thailand. Would they require? Would that be of value to them? Supplying them to a wholesaler in Singapore, or rather, maybe as a Singaporean, I would find a producer from Indonesia and supply it to Thailand by going through my country, Singapore. Is that of value? In your opinion?
What you're talking about more is to establish organizations, establish a brand, which there's a huge demand from the overseas customers. So that will be much easier. But remember, in the food chain, especially the halal food manufacturing, we are talking about a huge pyramid. All right, only the tip, very small tip, are the popular brands. For example, like Milo, all right, Maggi noodles, example. These are all into a very small tips, which are they already marketed for many years and they are popularly brand. But however, the bottom part is a huge pie that they have not reached out to export yet. So when we are talking about country to country buying and selling, right? To import products, for example, in Indonesia, whether or you're in Malaysia, it is not as easy as what we are thinking like in Singapore. Because Singapore, no matter what, is still like a free trade zone. All right. In other countries, they are very protective. They have a lot of taxes, a lot of tax to pay to import their products. So that products, end of the day, will be considered as for the manufacturers, they are considering this raw material as their cost. So if the cost is too high, they are not able to compete in the market. So when we are talking about why using Singapore as a gateway, I feel, all right, because this is a consolidation showcase for anybody that interested and trade through Singapore. And a lot of people knowing that through Singapore, if you export the products out, more or less, this is already a reputable country that they will feel safe to buy. Yeah.
Right. I got one more question regarding the so-called the halal, because the idea of halal, like because many people has the idea that halal for now, or rather the majority of what constitute of halal products are meat-based or animal-based, right? Do you think things like, for example, Colgate, the toothpaste, for instance, as well as other things that could be halal, so-called halalify, I don't know. Is there a demand? For instance, I'm just giving a very rough idea. Rough example. So, like many of our Muslims brothers and sisters, follow the Sunnah, for example, in terms of doing siwak, right? And I've seen like countries in Sweden and I think it's not Norway. They are producing bamboo-like toothbrush. And even to extent of doing a siwak tree based toothbrushes. Do you think this kind of idea, not towards the halal in terms of whether it's consumable, but in terms of the idea that is related to the Muslims, because we see a growing population of Muslims in the region, and as well as the global population increasing number of Muslims. Do you think such products can be considered as halal products? Or is there another term that you are more in your experience, better term in terms of Sharia compliant, or what are the? I'm just trying to think about the opportunities in other products that can be developed other than just meat products or food in terms of meat, lah.
I think honestly, in the whole market, meat is still the biggest supplies for halal in the halal industries. All right, coming out with a meat base, or whether is it like just how you mentioned the bamboo things, right? It's very personal. I feel this way. So whether you say it's right or wrong, everybody has his own idea. Just like when we talk about the halal beverage, which is what they call the halal wine, for example. In Europe countries, it's not a wine, but some people take it that although it's halal certified, some people take that during the process, or during the process, there's actually alcohol contents. So they actually remove the contents, and so it has to be very personal. I put it this way: whether you want to take it, or you want to accept it, or you want to reject it, is depend on your own. But again, like what I see, the opportunities in the market that you mentioned, what are the things that may be possible, right? Possible to really create a huge hoo-ha.
Demand, yeah.
Yeah, a demand, right? Honestly, until now, I have not really think of any things that it can be good. Yeah, it can be good, but
how about I restructure my question? How about I restructure my question, Mr. Sorry, Mr. Ronnie, to cut you off. Perhaps, or right now in your Hao Mart, what are the products that that you guys have that might interest the audience, might interest halal consumers or Muslim consumers out there that you can share with us?
Right. In the past, when I imported some of the Japanese products, it's quite a huge demand. Many people actually wanted that, including the Korean marinated barbecue sauce. All right. But however, yeah, however, it is not a huge community that like this thing. As and when that I feel that for Singapore itself, people are still going for the meat products, especially all the goreng products. Yeah, that is the huge demand. Ding ding is always one of them.
Right.
Yeah,
like halal
everywhere is
bakwa,
looking for
yeah,
the bakwa. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Okay, got it. I see. So I mean, okay, I want to. Rizwan is back. If I'm just on a roll the question. So if you don't mind me, I'm just very curious about what you do. I read in your profile that you had this previously before your Hao Mart, I would say, profession. You created your Global Halal Hub. But perhaps did I miss it in the first part where Rizwan was sharing? Is it okay for you to repeat again about your story about the Halal Hub? What was the what led you to create that in the first place, and what happened actually?
I think I mentioned that to Ridwan when we started.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Let me repeat that. Yeah. So being a convert at the age of 17, I miss my Chinese food, the Chinese halal food. That is where I started to source for. I really wish to have this provided to as many different races, not only the Chinese, but into others, like even now today we have products from 41 countries. Malaysia products still stand 60% of our supplies because these are all the popular brand. All right, but we have a minority today. Today I want to have a Hokkien noodle, or even today I want to have the Chinese zhicha. All right, there's so many in Singapore. Why? Because of the raw material. Without the raw material, you are unable to produce that dish. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So that is my vision to consolidate different countries' halal products and given to provide a choice to give a choice to the consumer.
Okay.
I see. Okay. Rizwan, do you have any other questions you want to?
So now ask, Mr. Faizal, what is the hope you have for young Muslims who are still finding their way, whether it be career or the entrepreneurship route? Do you think there should be more entrepreneurs in the Muslim community?
A matter of fact, there are a lot of good and very strong entrepreneurs in the Muslim community, but most of them are very low profile, and a lot of a lot of them are mentoring some of the young entrepreneurs also. Yeah, so for younger entrepreneurs, a lot of people are going into online, and
Yes.
they have a lot of good idea, and they want to be the next Jack Ma too, or even Amazon or Alibaba. All right, everybody wants that, but it's never easy, especially when we are targeting in the halal marketplace. Somehow, this industry is challenging, but no matter what, it's still a sensitive uh, this industry. Why do I say that? In some of our products, they are halal certified, but they do not have a halal logo. But these are the products they're selling in the countries like Australia, right? Some people don't mind buying the product, but they do not want to see the halal logo there. Yeah. So I hope you get what I meant. Yeah.
I understand.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
So how about you? Are you currently mentoring some
Yeah,
youths,
similar
and
question.
what are their achievements that they are currently having?
Yeah, I don't say I mentor, but I say that I share what I have experienced, whether which I mentioned to them that when you are in the business, you listen to a business person, that not a consultant that have never done a business, because following the book is not practical, right? Because the industry are changing rapidly. Also, even like the COVID-19 now, you can see many business fail, but some of the business are surviving and doing better, right? So at this point of time, it's a reset button for all industries,
Yes.
and you just need to find the limelight, the correct business, and you have to be very fast. Yeah.
I see. I understand. Wow. I mean, we are going out of time, but then just one more question, Mr. Faizal, if you're okay with it.
Please.
My last question. After that, Hilmi will close it. What is your
Okay.
advice for someone who wants to start this FMCG business, whether it be an online platform or the brick and mortar FMCG space, since it's very capital heavy?
Mhm. There are a few of the entrepreneurs actually wanted to work closely with us to supply the FMCG online, but we already have exclusive working with another online companies, so we can't really help them. But nevertheless, in the FMCG industries, we are talking about a retail, and retail is detailed. You need to be very detailed. And what we are talking, end of the day, we are not in the cooked food. We are more into the groceries, FMCG. So people can wait, but people do not want to carry the products home, just like the old days. Even now, people staying the HDB, the Maori car park is so far away. How are you going to carry 5 plastic bags full of groceries home? Sure, before you reach home, put down, sure, quarrel together with your wife. Yeah, sure, this is going to happen. So that's why people are going online to buy. But sometimes the online delivery is not what you expected. Am I right to say people still want to shop in the supermarket,
Yes.
or to really look at the range of products available? All right. So again, if this online delivery will not improve, people will still continue to do the offline. Or the offline means to say they will go to the grocery supermarket and shop.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Baik, Hilmi?
Yeah, Mr. Ronnie's Mr. Faisal, I'm sorry, I keep that confusing. I just want to just one last bit. I'm so sorry, I just want to squeeze you dry because we have you, so honored to have you right now.
Mhm.
For the idea of online business, right? There is this
Mhm.
idea of drop shipping, and it's getting traction in most platforms like Amazon and even Lazada right now. Is it possible that we are, for example, just starting from Hao Mart or from your other companies, will it be possible for us to drop ship in the idea or playing with the idea as a start? Because these are actionable small steps that with somebody with very low capital as a youth and maybe a bit of inventory in his or her own room, would that be possible? The idea of drop shipping for your products?
I rather some of the entrepreneur will focus in the area of, for example, in Victoria Wholesale Center. You know where is Victoria Wholesale Center?
Yeah.
They have a lot of all the wholesale products over there. But someone can be focused to just to target at that area to supply to the consumer would be something good. Because end of the day, when we are talking about online, consumer are very careful on what they are purchasing. All right. Prices is one of them. All right. Shelf life is one of them. And next one is the services. Okay, what do I mean by services? This is a last mile service, which is the delivery part. Right. Some people just leave it at the door. Some people has very good service. Consumer like a lot. So the whole supply chain, from A to Z, if you are able to secure at the best, but that will be very costly. End of the day, you'll find that doing this business, you're not going to make money.
Right.
You understand what I mean? Yeah. So rather than you focus in certain area, for example, I'm specialized in chom chom. All right, chom chom. You know where chom chom food court, right? In Serangoon Garden, for example. So anything you want to eat in chom chom, you just let me know. I'll get for you.
Okay.
You understand what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Understand. Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Ronnie, for joining us today. I think there's indeed many takeaways that we could share with the audience in the near future as we edit the recordings and then post them in our social media platforms. To our audience, thank you so much for joining us today. We would unfortunately remove this video once the live session ends, but we'll look out for the edited snippets or full videos in about 20 months or so. It's about a long time because we are planning to do up an entire program, 20 months. And in the meantime, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Tertiary at Tertiary Career Conference and tertiary.cc for Instagram and website. For IFSG, like, follow, and subscribe at their Islamic Finance Singapore for their Facebook and Instagram. All right, see you again or in our next episode next week on the 25th of July at 8 p.m. where we discuss about the opportunities in the health and wellness industry. Thank you so much once again, Mr. Ronnie, for spending your precious time with our live session. We hope to have you again, inshallah, in the future programs and sessions where we discuss about your expertise and specializations, inshallah.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Faizal.
Thank you guys.
Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.